Yo guys, Chinkies here, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on how to play DK rdruid versus rdruid warlock. I'll be going through the gear, essences, PvP talents, and normal talents, as well as how to win the matchup and how to avoid losing. So let's get into the gear. So gear, the best gear is probably full haste, but as you guys know, farming corruption is not always easy, and the verse slash gushing set is a bit more reliable versus like most comps. Anyway, so I'm playing double surging 35 801, and then I think it's rest gushing, yeah, on this DK. I do have verse here that I put on when I play against warlocks, but yeah. Anyway, if you can though, go full haste. It's a little bit better. Reason being is warlocks have more HPs here and their necrotic is naturally higher. Okay, so for essences, I go conflict major or conflict, and then you know, unbound force, conflict, and essence of focusing iris minor. Now you could go memory instead of unbound force, but I get a lot of kills when my crit procs and I just dress reaping them. It's a bit awkward sometimes if the warlock pet is on you though, but a lot of the time if you play the rest of it, he'll put his pet on the rest of it to keep him in combat, just to make sure he doesn't go drink, etc. Which gives you full value. You'll crit about 130k or so on the warlock, which is nice. Plus the reaping flame will be at least a 70 80k crit, so it's like 200k burst. That feels really good when you get CC. And PP talents, anti-magic zone, necrotic strike, raise a bomb. You could have conflict major, as I said, then play like Lichborn if your healer doesn't dispel you a lot, and you feel like, or like you feel like they're gonna CC healer while you get CC'd, and you just can't get dispelled. Dark Sim is also a good secondary, and then Cadaverous Power, Cadaverous Pallor is viable but a bit troll. If I'm going to solo, I'll play Cadaverous. Yeah, bursting shores for increased necrotic damage is important versus warlocks. That 1% matters a lot because they have increased HP. Infected claws to get more necrotics. Big AMS to live their goes. Solar per stun, and then epidemic to keep the rest of the dude in combat to make sure he doesn't go drink because they can't dispel your dot. Anyway, let's get to the game. Okay, so the matchup here, it's gonna be very clone heavy. You can play very passively and just AFK behind the pillar and stuff. Actually, this game I'm playing 7 Gush 1 Void Ritual, just for fun, honestly. Yeah, so the ways you can fuck with the rest of the warlock is like grip the warlock behind the pillar, clone, and then like just force the CS, then go clone the warlock, and walk in, clone the rest of the druid, or stun the warlock as you clone the rest of the druid after he used CS. Or your druid can root the pet behind the pillar, which will indeed like force the CS from him. There's a lot of tricks you can do to get the cyclones off. Anyway, so I'm probably just gonna open aggressively. You can also just AFK behind the pillar and wait for dampening, but we're playing a little bit lower MMR than we're used to. So the druid is playing feral affinity, so I'm just gonna chase him a little bit to scare him off, and then we're gonna pop some stuff on him. This is just like, if you make him use overgrowth and ironbark on himself, then you can actually do damage to the warlock and kill. But if you go just straight on warlock, he ironbarks overgrowth to the warlock, and then you cannot get to the druid. So it's good to do that if he's playing feral affinity especially. I'm just gonna sit the coil. He has infernal stacks, as you guys can see. It's at 6 right now, so he's swapping dark soul. I got really good fair pathing, so I'm just gonna stay here. I know my druid is fine. I'm gonna grip him here, and then I can use this pillar to line of sight. Chains of ice him, keep him there. A lot thing that I like to do, because my MS is high, I can instantly get conflict rooted behind pillars if I juggle my character. Now, it's gonna go very, very bad for them really, really fast, and it's gonna be like one clone rotation that's coming up here. So he gets a clone on the druid, claws the warlock, right? Can't dispel it. The druid doesn't have trinket because he trinket the opener. We're gonna let wall overgrowth ironbark again. I'm gonna lose a bit of pressure here, but it doesn't really matter. Like, you can't really do much. You just gotta sit there. You have death strike. You should be fine. As long as he doesn't have dark soul up, you should not be dying. At least, like, not at this dampening. You can interrupt his casts, or you can be like messing with the druid. But in general, it's fine to stay in as long as you're not gonna go I think it's around here where we get another clone before trinket comes out. Yeah, so you clone that. He doesn't have CS. They clone war. I grip the clone war, and we win. Like it's very important, because if you just run in without CCing the warlock, what's gonna happen? Like, I can show you guys. What's gonna happen is that right here, when he goes for the clone, if he doesn't do this, he's gonna have the ability to Shadow Fury, Coil, Fear. Like, you can kick the Shadow Fury and Fear, and he can only cast Bolt. But, you know, then you actually have to wait for that fucking kick. You can also see I got my Vulture Soul proc here, so I'm gonna do Massive Burst. So the timing's just perfect. So he makes sure the CS is on cooldown. You guys can see he just used CS. And then clones the Warlock, runs in on the Druid, clones the Druid. And that's the way you want to play it. But you have to go, like, you see I already have pressure. He's already at 50% HP. So, like, the timing on the HP pull and going for the CC is really important. Because if he was 100% HP, I would not have killed there. You can see we're killing pretty easily here. Like, we have like 3 seconds left, but that's because I dress reaping. If he starts at full HP, he might actually live out of that. Anyway, guys, hope you guys like that. BFA is ending soon, so, you know, it's gonna be a bit dead content that I'm creating here, but, you know, it's fun. It's interesting. Yeah, if you guys liked it, like and subscribe. I'll be making way more videos for Shadowlands. Hopefully a little bit better quality, better detail, etc. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video then. Peace.